Salam and welcome to Somali Dispatch.com's news headlines for March 5th, 2025. I'm Abdul Qadir Hussein. The foreign ministers of UK, France, and Germany jointly called on Israel to meet its international obligations by ensuring the delivery of humanitarian aid to Gaza. They emphasized the need for aid to be provided fully, immediately, safely, and without obstruction. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office announced the halt to a maritime entry of goods and fuel into Gaza and blaming Hamas for rejecting a negotiations framework proposed by U.S. envoy. The foreign ministers of UK, France, and Germany also stressed that humanitarian aid should not be tied to a ceasefire or used politically, urging all parties to work towards a truce. The U.S. Department of State has issued a travel advisory for Somalia due to increased Al-Shabaab activity, including attacks in the Middle Shabelle region. The U.S. Embassy in Mogadishu has suspended all staff movements following credible reports of potential attacks, including at Aden Adi International Airport. U.S. citizens are warned to remain cautious due to the risks of kidnapping, bombings, and other terrorist activities. Al-Shabaab's recent resurgence in areas previously liberated 2 years ago, such as Balad and El Baraf, highlights the ongoing security challenges. A Hirshabelle official blamed political leadership failure for reversing gains made against Al-Shabaab. Somalia's Federal Finance Minister Bihi Iman Igar revealed that the U.S. has stopped its financial support for the Danab Brigade, an elite Somali military unit. The suspension is part of a broader cuts to U.S. foreign aid under President Donald Trump. The Somali government is now working on plans to address the funding gap that a brigade established in 2013 with U.S. support is a key force in combating terrorist groups like Al-Shabaab and ISIS. The suspension highlights the challenge Somalia faces in maintaining its security forces amid reduced international aid. The Somaliland government has dismissed allegations from Puntland officials accusing it of supporting terrorist groups as baseless. Somaliland's Ministry of Information statement reaffirmed its commitment to fighting terrorism as required by the Constitution and labeled accusations as empty rhetoric. The allegations came amid reports of individuals from Somaliland who are against its independence joining Al-Shabaab. Somaliland has faced numerous terrorist attacks, including a major one in 2008, and terrorist attacks aimed at killing various individuals have targeted foreigners working in Somaliland and other civilians. Many attacks have been thwarted, and Somaliland has since established specialized forces to combat terrorism and maintain security. Those were today's news headlines. For updated news and interviews in English, please follow us on all social media platforms at SomaliDispatch.com.